What's up, guys? This is Ian here, coach of your Ladner Lanturn, bringing you guys our Week 9 team builder to take on Blitz and the Toronto Tyranitars. Blitz has been having a hell of a season as well. Started off very strong and has been having some very close games to finish out what would be his season if we were to end today. His team consists of Celesteela, Manaphy, which is a Z user, Sylveon, Weavile, Incineroar, Golurk, Gourgeist, Rotom, which is a Z user, and Megalatios. Really broken team, but he does only have 9 Mons to prep with, which makes it a lot easier to prep against. Pardon me. Priority options in Weavile with Ice Shard, Incineroar with Fake Out, Gourgeist with Shadow Sneak, and Rotom with Sucker Punch. Also has Sylveon with Pixelate Quick Attack if he wants to go that route, potentially. And Feint on Weavile, I guess, if you want to count that. Hazard setting, his only hazards are Golurk with Stealth Rocks, that's it. Removal options, he's only got Rotom with Defog and Megalatios with Defog, so I'm bringing a little bit of a funky team. And he's got 1 4x weakness in Weavile to Fighting. So, first up on the list is Miltank, Thick Fat Rocky Helmet Miltank. This should be able to take on the Incineroar and the Weavile relatively well. Physical Megalatios I can kind of take on well with this. Physical Celesteela I can also relatively take on with this. Definitely I can take on the Gourgeist, and that's why we have Fire Punch, but Fire Punch does a few things here for us. So Body Slam is good, and it'll get me paras, hopefully, on everything not named Gourgeist and the Golurk, because obviously his double ghost, or sorry, triple ghost actually, is Golurk, Rotom, and Gourgeist. That's really obnoxious. Triple ghost, double dark. Very strange. This team has, like, no cores, does it? It's got a Fairy Dragon Steel, and a Firewater Grass, and then triple ghost, double dark, and a ground type. So he's got no electric though, which is the important thing. Anyways, milk drink for that recovery, because obviously I don't have leftovers. And stealth rocks are going to be really good against him. Again, like I said, his only removal is Rotom and Megalatios, and I think rocks do a lot of work chipping down the Weavile and the Incineroar in particular, but it's also neutral damage against everything not named Golurk. Fully physically defensive, excuse me, with 8 in attack. Fire Punch is going to hit the Gourgeist and the Celesteela is the main things, but since I'm not running Scrappy, I needed some way to hit the to hit his Ghost types, and so that's what Fire Punch is. Next up is Araquanid, bringing Sticky Web Araquanid. His removal options are horrible. Like I said before, his rocker is not a reliable stealth rocker in my mind, and so Araquanid can get away freely with coming in on things. I am Spadef Araquanid though. This is my Manaphy answer, and potentially a Megalatios answer if I need it to be. Araquanid's really gonna focus on dealing with the Manaphy if I can though. I should be able to take +3 Manaphy hits pretty well, fairly decently, because of Water Bubble. I can obviously take, because of this massive Spadef stat, and I can obviously take hits really well. Leech Life, Liquidation, Sticky Web, Toxic. Liquidation's doing a lot of damage to everything. Leech Life is there to get HP back on things like the Gourgeist though, and Weavile, potentially I can get a lot of HP back from the Weavile. Weavile can't really touch me that well, so there you go there. Toxic is for whatever wants to switch in, I guess. Honestly, if I can Toxic something, I will. That's about the extent of Araquanid. Vikavolt, bring a Specs Vikavolt. Again, his only, he doesn't really have a good answer to Vikavolt on his team because he doesn't have an electric type, so his electric resist is Gourgeist and Megalatios. Sorry, he does have an electric type. I totally forgot that he had Rotom. Very interesting team that he has triple ghost, double dark though, with all of these other typings mixed in. He's filled out a proper team, but he's doubled up on those typings so hard that it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit weird. Okay, either way, Vikavolt, Specs Vikavolt doesn't have a lot of switch-ins. I was running, oh yeah, I never changed this, did I? I was considering changing this. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry. I'm doing this in the middle of everything when I shouldn't be. And if people have been talking about other stuff, I'll be really annoyed. Okay, they have been. I don't remember what I was doing here. I did have a few things I was going to change, and I'm sort of rushing into recording this because Blitz did say we could just play tonight, and so I want to get that done. But what was I suggesting? Where are we? Come on. We were talking about Sheer Force. Going through my DMs here. Oh yeah, I was going to run Flash Cannon over Mudshot. That's what it was. I did have the idea that I was going to run Mudshot for some speed control, and it was hitting Incineroar relatively well, but honestly, Thunderbolt and Bug Buzz are just so spammable against him. Flash Cannon's there for the Sylveon if it wants to come in on me. Spit F Sylveon gets 2-shot by Specs Flash Cannon anyways. And I don't know if you'd want to switch that in because Thunderbolt 2-shots non-Spit F Sylveon. So yeah, Thunderbolt is a really safe click against his team for the most part. Bug Buzz is safe if Golurk is there. Otherwise, I can just Volt Switch and Thunderbolt around freely. Relatively bulky with enough speed on here to outrun no speed Celesteela. So if he's like defensive Celesteela, then I'm outspeeding it. And yeah, max special attack and a little bit of HP investment. Nitro bring Payapa Berry Buzzwole to eat the Psychic from Mega Latios or Psyshock from Mega Latios. We actually eat Psyshock really well because of our base defense stat with the Payapa Berry, and I can do a hell of a lot of damage to it, if not one-shot it with Leech Life. Drain Punch for the Weavile and the Incineroar. This is actually a really good Weavile switch in regardless. It does get Aerial Ace though, which I have to be worried about, but I don't think Aerial Ace could kill me from full. Thunder Punch is there for the Celesteela, and Iron Head is there for the Sylveon, which would otherwise resist but dual stab. Leech Life is going to be doing okay damage to the Gourgeist. I have to worry about getting burned by his Gourgeist and his Rotom. Yeah, Max Attack Adamant, a little bit of speed on there for the... Oh, I'm outspeeding Modest Celesteela with this, so if he is non-boosting... Sorry, if he's non-speed boosting nature, I'm outspeeding max speed non-speed boosting nature Celesteela and Sylveon as well, so I'd outrun Modest max speed Sylveon with this investment as well, with the rest popped into HP. Samantha, I'm bringing a set that needs Oblivious, not Corrosion. There we go. Sub, Sludge Wave, Nasty Plot, Fire Blast with Shuckaberry, so I can set up on Mega Latios relatively well, and I think if he brings Celesteela, it's going to have Earthquake as well. Golurk would definitely have Earthquake if it's coming, so a few things with ground coverage. I didn't really need a great item on Salazzle, and I kind of wanted a Shuckaberry to be able to get a hit off. Sub Nasty Plot is relatively strong against him, just like Subplot with Dual Stab puts in a lot of good work against his team. So if and it also speeds everything not named Weavile. So if I can get Salazzle in somehow and get a sub up, or just a Nasty Plot up and not even a sub, as long as he doesn't have like a weird Scarfer, and honestly his team has weird Scarf options. It feels like only Rotom is a decent Scarf option to me. So I'm not entirely sure what would go on there, but maybe Incineroar, Scarf or something like that. But I do think that Salazzle can do a lot of work against his team if I can get it positioned correctly. Running out of speed to outrun Mega Latios, max special attack, a little bit of HP. Last but not least is Bisharp, bringing Life Orb Bisharp with Iron Head, Sucker Punch, Knock Off, Low Kick, so just 4 attacks Life Orb. Max attack Adamant, enough speed on here for Modest Celesteela, just like the Buzzwole. I needed a physical attacker, and I hadn't put Buzzwole on the team yet, so I put Bisharp on the team, and I really felt like I was relying too heavily on physical attackers, and actually my team relies, special attackers. My team relies really heavily on special attackers as well. So I wanted a better option to be able to break Sylveon. This is not a switch into anything, by the way, but it does put in a lot of offensive work against his team. Low Kick is there for the Celesteela, believe it or not. It does do a lot of damage to Celesteela because of how heavy Celesteela is. Despite the fact that it's taking this hit neutrally, it does take a lot of damage. So that's the play with Bisharp there. And that's going to be the team. So now that it's all edited and stuff, I'm going to have to repost that for myself. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully the match is good, and I will catch you guys for the match.